Are you gagging right there?
Girl, I'm gagging. So glamorous.
So glamorous. And the stories and the shows.
Girl, the herstory of it all.
The herstory of it all. Lady Red, it's such a legendary day around here.
Girl, I am entertained and enlightened.
Yes, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. You're kind of like Krishna over there or something with your jewelry on the forehead.
No, I don't know what's going on. I feel like the Lion King mixed with, it's just a lot of stuff.
Yes, it is. Never has it been more, but it's a lot of stuff. It is. Well, are you ready for more lot of stuff, Lady Red?
I'm so excited.
Because the circuit diva herself, Kitty Meow, is here! Come on, Adam.
Ooh, kitty, ooh, kitty.
That's you.
How'd
That's
you
you.
get so pretty, so pretty? Ooh.
Meow. Kitty! Oh, and you are giving me circuit realness today, darling.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, when I found out you moved to LA, I was like, well, I need to get this bitch on the show, honey.
Absolutely.
Because I know that you definitely have some stories to tell. You have been it, you have done it, you have been in the middle of it, under the spotlight with thousands of people around you, all high as a motherfucker, and you were probably high too. I mean, what a career you've had. It's been very exciting time.
It has.
I mean, for years and years now, Kitty. How long have you been doing drag?
Gosh, about what, 25 years?
25 years of legendary status, darling.
In my own mind, darling.
Well, darling, with those glasses on, you're still getting it.
Well, I mean, there's a story.
There's a story,
behind
yes.
the glasses, obviously. This morning, I was in nervous wreck. I was getting myself sorted out. I was getting ready to come here. And then I sliced my finger open, so I could hardly do my makeup.
So you're like, ouch, ouch. Oh, very nice. So the finger shows why you're hiding your eyes.
Yes, that's
But I appreciate
true.
you making the effort to still serve it cunt.
Well, you know, I see all of this glitter here. I see a lot of dresses in my
I think our curtains are the same fabric as that.
I may have stolen it off the wall.
Kitty, did you come in here and steal our shit?
Snatching stuff, darling.
How dare she? What becomes a legend most? Stealing the curtains off the wall.
Mopping
Kitty
the
Meow.
backdrop.
Mopping. Mopping is what, Adam?
Mopping is stealing, darling.
Exactly. So, Kitty Meow, or should I call you Peppa Tomato? Or should I call you Kitty Thunderpuss? Because those were all of Kitty's original drag names that I'm very glad you didn't go with. Because Peppa Tomato is not what we deserve.
It was the possibility of me being called those names. Certainly. Gosh, how do you know that?
Because I do my damn research. It's Legend Show.
Work it out. Okay.
When did those names get bandied about? When did you start in drag?
During my senior year in college, in Miami,
Right.
We were going to South Beach, checking it out, the Warsaw Ballroom.
And what year was that? Not to spook your tea, but I mean, I'd like to get a picture.
In 1992.
So 92. So a high moment for South Beach, right?
Yes, it was the heyday.
It was the heyday of what we all know now when you go there and see it.
Yes.
It was originated, that look, that feeling, what it's known for, that was starting to be huge then, right?
Absolutely. The birth of course, the winter party that's extremely popular in the circuit scene. Of course, it was the continuation of the white party, but yeah, it was the very, very beginning of it all.
So you were in college, tiptoeing out to clubs.
Tiptoeing out to clubs, running over to South Beach really, really early because we would have to stand in line just to get in.
Yeah.
And we wanted to get there before there was a cover because we were college kids, we couldn't necessarily afford.
Yeah, and you want to get in early.
We wanted to get in early.
You got there at 8:30.
We stood in line and we would look left and right, waiting for Jaime to get us into the front door of the world.
Right.
It was pretty cool.
And
pretty
those, was that the beginning of the circuit era and those big circuit parties, or was that yet to come?
Well, actually, the circuit had already been established. You know, major circuit parties that have been going on. I mean, the Red Party had been going on in Columbus, Ohio, for such a long time.
Oh, I didn't even know about that. What is it? The circuit was a real circuit?
Well,
because the meaning has gotten lost, right? After all these years,
it has changed tremendously.
Yes. So there was a party in Ohio that was a big circuit party that we didn't know about.
Columbus, Ohio.
Wow.
The promoter was Corbett Reynolds.
Okay.
He was brilliant. I mean, he would have, elephant-size elephants in the middle of the dance floor covered in mirrors for disco balls.
Wow.
Pretty spectacular.
Amazing.
It was a very mixed combination of, attendees, straights, gays, all of it,
Interesting.
Very exciting.
So that was all kind of happening. South Beach was happening. It was all big clubs, right?
Yes, major big clubs. Paragon, Warsaw, Kremlin. All of that stuff was happening.
Wow.
And we were just thrown in the middle of it,
And you were like, let me see.
I met James St. James. And
Really?
Yes. And James is the first one in China Blue, gave me my education on hot glue guns.
Wow.
And he said, listen, if you want to be involved in nightlife, if you want to do something significant, you have to be at the door of a club. You have to select the people to come, be the individual that selects people coming inside. That's where the power, that's where you can yield your power, so to speak. And
And so you started doing door at Paragon. How did you squeeze that job out of such a competitive scene?
Well, they had a whole go-go dancing thing. They were looking for Club Kid go-go dancers, and we all got there. And they said, "Okay, everyone, get out onto the dance floor and dance." And I was just standing by the side, saying that's not what I was interested in doing.
Right, because you had the audition, and everyone else was turning it, and
they
you
were
just
serving it, and I was just like,
stood there.
I want to be at the door. And Wendy Doherty, who ran Sound Factory at the time, had transferred came to Miami, and she was in charge of it. And she was like, well, who do you know? I didn't know anyone. I had just taken a magazine and memorized Suzanne Barr, all of these really amazing people. I just, put the face with the name, and she pulled out the magazine. What is now Ocean Drive magazine?
Right.
She pulled it out and said, "Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?" And I just winged my way through it and got the door job at Paragon.
And so that's like a position of power, like you were saying.
It was pretty cool. It was awesome because you got to hang out with everyone. Everyone was coming up. They would bring you gifts. I met some of my best friends at the door. Behind the club,
in the back alley, in the bathroom stall.
And our stage had, when you would move the stage aside, there was a pool underneath it.
Wow.
So we had pretty interesting and exciting experiences there.
I bet you did.
Yes.
Would you like to expound upon some of them? This is a tea spilling extravaganza.
Okay. All right. So much of the models that appeared in what is the magazine called? International Mail.
Oh,
Much of the models that appeared in International Mail after 92 to 94 were all tricks of very famous people that came to Paragon. So
Amazing.
So I would, a few fashion gurus would come by and we'd hook them up. And
Calvin Klein, Michael Kors, Gianni Versace must have been up in your grill every minute.
Yes.
Like, Kitty Meow, I love you so much, Kitty Meow.
We hung out a lot.
You hung out a lot?
Yeah, we hung out a lot.
And what was that like? Give me a Sophia Petrillo style. Picture it. The Versace Mansion, 1996.
Whatever we would see that was in the fashion shows, we would say to him or Donatello that we really love this, and they would, send it to us. They would give us original Versace fabric, and we would have Maria from Zoo 14 make Versace shirts out of their fabric. It was pretty decadent,
That's so decadent.
Yeah.
You're on the phone, Donatello, like, send them all the fabric.
They were really good to us, Johnny.
Wow.
Absolutely, they were very good to us.
How exciting that must have been.
Thrilling, Andre Leon Talley would come a lot.
Andre Leon Talley, my ultimate favorite of all time.
Yes.
And I know Andre Leon Talley likes to have a good time, all right? All right.
He was very cool, and I was, terrified that he wouldn't approve of it. But,
of course.
He was.
I love it. Cool. That's wonderful. What was Kitty Meow? Kitty Meow.
Everything done.
It was all of it. I'll take everything. Meet me in the bathroom stall.
No, he would say the look was everything. He didn't tell me he would take everything. None of that.
Amazing. So many amazing people must have been kissing your ass for years. The power you welded, the looks. And you were it must have been a very intimidating presence at the door. What was your door style?
My door style was a combination of Carnival in Rio meets Junkanoo in the Bahamas.
Okay.
So I mean, it was like
So little top hats,
feathers, big back pieces. You know, it truly just depended on what we felt like at the time.
And were you a harsh door diva or were you a kind but firm door diva?
I was neither of them.
Okay.
What I was desperate to have everyone approve of me and like me. So I would see people standing in line, so I would go to the back of the line and get them from the back of the line and bring them up to the front.
Oh.
So I thought that, and then if anyone came up and asked if they could get inside, I would also let them inside, just because, I mean, who wants to stand in line? I did that when I first started.
Yeah.
When I first started in Miami Beach, so I didn't want to necessarily be that type of person, you know? And I mean, there's only one Kenny,
right.
and one Daryl Elmore.
Yes.
And there's no, I mean, you know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, and the different styles of door are, you know, our friend Xander used to stand at the door and be like, if it's your fifth through first time here, go home.
It's true. It's true. So I was pretty much I was very easygoing.
Right, I like it. And so when did you start to then perform? Because what you're most famous for is being the circuit diva in the middle of these huge parties. When did that start?
I started performing probably in 1994.
Okay, so pretty soon after.
Yeah. Jeffrey Zanker came to Miami and had heard Abel DJ and had seen me do a I'm Every Woman Whitney Houston performance and invited me to come out here and do the white party. So that's how it really all started. And that pretty much gave me my, you know, quote unquote
your
place.
Your place.
Yeah.
And what was that first foray into performance like? Because it wasn't like you went from the door to, were you performing on the side at that time?
I started go-go dancing.
Okay.
So
you were in a performance mode.
In a performance mode. I thought I was totally butch. I thought I was on the DL. I thought I was looking rough and tough. But they were just like, okay, you're a queen.
They were like, hey, Qween. Hey, Qween.
Hello.
So you started to do these shows at circuit parties.
Yes.
And suddenly at your disposal was like $50,000 worth of lights, right?
Yes.
I mean,
lots of lighting, lots of dancers, and well, you know, Miami always has to like try to be over the top, right?
Right.
We always reinvented ourselves. I mean, so it was natural. It was a natural progression for them to want to do these really elaborate shows. There was a great off-Broadway director by the name of Michael DeFonso that came and choreographed a lot of the things that we had. So we would do like Esther Williams shows in the pool.
No, really?
Yeah,
Children, Google Esther Williams if you don't know what we're talking about. For those slightly older, Miss Piggy and the Great Muppet Caper is a clue.
It was pretty exciting. I mean, it was a blessing. It was really humbling to have the opportunity to do all of that and, you know, to be exposed to such great, fantastic talent.
Yeah. And
such as yourself.
Well, what can I say, darling? So you were right in and then that lasted for at least a decade, right? I mean.
Definitely. It did last for a decade. And, you know.
And were you on Special K the entire time? Because all the circuit divas I know were all high as a motherfucker during the shows.
At first, when I first started doing nightlife, I definitely did not indulge. But
because you're at the door, you can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to keep it. Because you also have something to do. As you work in nightlife longer, and you have less to do, you start to get bored, and then you're like,
bring it on, dog. Just a little something. But no, I mean, that kind of spiraled out of control for me, too, you know? I mean, the longer I was in nightlife, the more bored I became.
Right. I mean, even when you're the star of the damn show, you're there, you've done it for 10 years or whatever. You got to get that thing and whatever. And so that led to you to, what, 3 years ago?
Well,
to hit sobriety?
Yeah, 3 years ago. It
was official.
It was official. I was done. I was tired. I'd been going in and out of it. I was trying to just change my life desperately. And someone had said to me, listen, your show tonight, you didn't turn around. So, like I'm sitting on the stage with my back to the audience.
Wow.
And I never turned around.
Oh,
And
no.
so I thought that I turned around and did the whole performance.
Oh, honey, I understand.
But it certainly was not the case. So I realized
I didn't turn around. I'm going to tell you, that happened to me at the Roxy in 1999. I was waiting for a special show. That lady was saying, I can't share the love. Right? She came. And all night long, I was like, when's the show? Can't wait for the show. When's that show? Where's the show? And then it was hours. When's the show? And they were like, bitch, the show happened. And you were turned the other way the whole time.
So, yes.
I can't share the drugs. No, can't do it.
Happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And you were performing during the era of some of the greatest house music hits of the 90s.
Yes, of course. Deborah Cox.
Yeah. All the Whitney remixes.
Every Whitney remix. She saw me do something too. She came to Paragon.
Really?
It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
She was having a good time.
I bet she
She was having a really good time. She's hanging out with a lot of really friendly people at the time. She wasn't married.
So she was sharing the love.
She was sharing the love, feeling the love being shared in her direction.
Yes. Wait, but back to the sobriety, just to clear it up.
Yes.
So you things tapered out, and then you decided to make the decision to clean it up.
Absolutely. I had to.
Which, as we get older, there's just no more time for that. It's good to have fun, but it's good to wake up feeling.
It was a Kiki. But yeah, I did make the decision. It was one of the hardest things I had ever done. And on the 12th, actually, in a few days, I'll be celebrating my 3rd year anniversary.
All right, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And it feels great, right?
It does feel good, I mean, that's how I got to move out to Los Angeles and have this opportunity,
Right, because you have your executive position during the day.
In the daytime, I'm serving some executive boy realness.
Yeah, well, yes. Sean is there, and he's ready to accept any assignments that you must do.
Absolutely.
You work for a new gay portal.
Well, actually, 2 years ago, Bobby Blair, who was a very, very famous tennis player, decided to start acquiring all of these magazines. One being Next magazine from New York, Frontiers here in Los Angeles, Central Florida Guy magazine, Florida Agenda, all of that. And we're currently the largest publicly traded gay multimedia conglomerate in the world. So we came out here to launch what is world.com.
Wow.
And so, absolutely.
So you're there doing it.
I'm there doing it. We have, I like to describe it as Facebook meets Logo meets HBO. Just entertainment, really heavy content on news, and it's really exciting. Yeah.
Well, let's pose for a photo that will be on the cover of all those magazines.
Yes, darling.
Kitty Meow and Jonny Victory Tour. Oh, thank you. Mild applause is the best kind, Lady Red. Mild applause is fine.
That's all you get here.
Let's go back in the time machine, shall we? That's the time machine sound cue, Kitty. Do you like
love
it?
that.
That's the kind of show we are. Sound cues. Do it again. Okay, give me your wildest memory, because you've performed at so many huge events over the years. I can't even name them. White party, black party, red party, every color of the rainbow party. Green party.
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Oh,
wow. Some of the most interesting memories obviously took place in Miami Beach, and as we would travel all over the world, we did an intro for a Wild on E segment. Elaine Lancaster and I ran down the beach with camels and a harem of about 100 people.
Wow.
Handing out flyers. That's how elaborate it was at the time.
Yeah.
Just to announce the Arabian Nights themed event that was going to happen later that evening. So.
And it was very convenient that you were the queen of Miami, because really that was like such a circuit.
Yeah.
Florida was such a circuit state.
Without
Gay
a doubt.
days and all the rest of that stuff.
Yes.
What are your favorite performances that you've done?
Most favorite performance to date was they're at Universal Studios in Orlando. They flew me over Sunset Boulevard as Tinkerbell, doing lip syncing to Whitney Houston's "Learn from the Best."
Wow!
With lots and lots of fireworks, because you know Disney does that huge fireworks thing.
Yeah.
So what they did was they had me wired up and just flying over the 10,000 men that were down on the ground dancing. It was pretty.
And what were you like? I'm careful I don't fall. I gotta lip sync and fly at the same time.
Well, they bring you in, and there's all this insurance stuff. And so late at night, when the park closes, they run the rehearsals. And you know Disney, you'll do it over and over until they think that you've gotten it right.
Right.
And so at first, my friend said, "God, you've got to take your phone up or your camera." It wasn't camera phones, but
right.
So a little over that. But anyway, we would,
take your disposable Kodak camera
and take a photo of what it looks like. And I wish I did, because I only had the chance to do that twice, and
wow,
it was amazing, really memorable.
And another big, there's just been so many big ones. Another one you can think of?
Gosh, there's so many. I just, there's so many that comes to mind. I don't really necessarily have the most favorite one, but the ones in Disney are always a little bit more special because, we get to play in all their props and
all the magic.
All that magic.
Now, one thing I want to talk to you is about the look, your look, and the trifecta of queens that have this specific look. Where y'all formed a supergroup, because there's the New York version of the look, which is Kevin Aviance, and then you're the Miami version. And then, there's really two more, the Power Infinity and Flavor. And all y'all, so some high white person probably thinks y'all the same person. Some circuit queen is like, she's everywhere.
All the time. People call me Power and Kevin as often as I can. As often as 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Flavor, of course. That's a huge compliment, because I think she's really brilliant. Flavor and I have never worked. We've performed together with Chakra, but we've never had the opportunity to do anything musically together. But with Power and Kevin, we...
Yeah, you formed, what was the group? PAK?
PAK. Yes.
PAK.
Yeah.
We're PAK.
We flew to Atlanta and stayed there for 6 months and recorded this project.
I really enjoyed that. I was hoping that would last a little longer than you did. Was that a diva's problem?
It certainly. Power was very upfront, and he said, "Listen, please, let's do this sober." And at the time, I was just not in the mindset to do that.
Right.
I wasn't prepared to, be responsible. We wanted to go to Swinging Richards. We wanted to hang out.
Yeah.
We wanted lovely trade. I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah, this is the place to be honest about it, darling. We want to know the real story.
Okay. Well, and Kevin had brought all of his musical experience to the project. Yeah. So we had done something called Earth, Wind, Fire first.
Oh, I remember. It went like this: Earth, Wind, Fire, Fire, Fire.
It was. Listen, I should have taken the hint then at the time, but we got that produced and that was released. We did it for the last white party at Vizcaya. We performed that.
Yeah.
And it was okay. I got Power and Kevin together again, whom really were never friends.
Interesting. And they were stealing each other's looks, so there must have been the tension.
They were not friends at all. They were just
That's a big responsibility to be in a super group where two of the supers aren't so sure about the group.
Right. So they would be. I'd be sitting in the middle, and Power would be on one side, and Kevin would be on the other side. And we all lived in a house together in Miami at one point together.
You lived in a house together? That must have confused the neighbors. This one man moved in, and he has so many looks. He lives alone, but he's always coming in and out with the most amazing looks.
And then there were two other black guys who were also bald, so that was really a confusing aspect right there. But
amazing. I did love, for all of you out there who want to check that out, there's some great videos of y'all performing in this short-lived supergroup, Frequency. I really enjoyed that song.
That was fun.
That was good.
Fun.
was good.
We wrote that based on the fact that, you know, when you go out and boys are spooking your tea, you know, they're checking it out. Then when you take off the drag, then they're just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So the whole concept about what's the frequency is like, why are you freaking out when you're seeing me? You know what I mean?
Right, because it was spelled freak when see.
Yeah. Like, so that was.
Oh, that's good. I like it. I've enjoyed seeing you and Power perform together.
Yes.
Because you do it this thing where you guys are on each other and you
Because it's
go
a battle.
back and forth.
It's a battle.
Yeah.
Because he's a force to be reckoned with. That little kid, I mean, his name is based on the fact that he was, you know, always, he was so little when he was growing up, and people took advantage of him and tried to, like, you know, push him around, and he had to exert his force, his power behind it. And so he, like, really gets in your face, and he makes you want to, like, turn it out and have a great time. You know? It's a competition.
Oh, I love it. Well, I love seeing you guys do it. Now that you're an executive cunt, are you still going to be serving us nightlife cunt sometimes?
I'm absolutely still going to be serving you nightlife cunt as often as you'd like.
Yes, wonderful.
And I'm working, actually, I'm here doing the executive thing and also working. We're in pre-production for a project. So the next time I come back to see you, we'll be able to talk about that.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Kitty, I've always loved seeing you perform. I loved you in your supergroup with my other favorite divas, and I love you solo. I love seeing you at the circuit party. I love seeing you at the little club. I'm so happy that you were able to be here.
Oh, wait, can I say this? I don't mean to interrupt you, but this is a full circle moment for me, because when I initially moved to New York, you remember?
Yes.
I was working behind the scenes in your one of your music videos, and you would have me do all of your parties in New York.
I know, it was
to
a
come
delight.
here and be a guest on your show. This is pretty amazing, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
Well, you've earned it, darling. You've earned it, and you've also snatched the trophy. Yes.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's heavy. It's a real lady trophy with wings. And you've won yourself, of course, a lap dance. All right. Jerk pulling double duty today, Lady Red. All right, Kitty Meow is not shy. She is not shy. You just fucked 2 lessons today. Don't forget, both Kitty and Glamorous Monique are going to play Look At Her in the after show, so don't miss that. And we'll see you next time on Hey Qween. Bye, Qween!